Welcome to the Stephen Shiels radio show. Michael Dixon is back. How are you, Michael?
Yeah, good, Stephen. Thanks very much.
It's good to have you back on. Michael, we're moving in an age of streaming at the moment, and I've started putting my work on Bandcamp. You're familiar with Bandcamp, are you?
Yeah, got a couple of things on Bandcamp.
Now, the music distributors out there, they're ripping artists off because they're charging a subscription fee every year. So I'm thinking I'm going to move to CD, baby. What's your thoughts on that?
Um, well, I mean, the stuff I've used on CD Baby, you pay a flat fee to get it on,
Mm,
and then they distribute it to all the streaming services. So,
mm.
so you get, I mean, they probably do, I don't know, 50 different streaming services all in one hit, for your fee of whatever it is, $40 or something, 50
Mm.
Australian, 35 US, whatever it is, it's around there. So, I mean, that's pretty good. Not
Yeah,
a bad
because
thing.
last I've been very new to this. I started with TuneCore. They charged me about 75 a year just to keep the album, so I took it down.
Right.
I went to Ditto Music. They're about 20 bucks a year for unlimited. Uploading their subscription.
Oh,
But
okay.
I'm gonna
Right.
start looking at CD Baby. I think.
Yeah, well, CD Baby you have to pay for every project.
Yeah.
So whether it's a single or an album, there's just a flat fee, and then they pay you the distribution monies, so
Because
into
you
your
got
account.
two, you got the standard on CD Baby, and then you got the Pro where you can get extra monetization.
Yeah, I don't
Uh,
I don't think there's much use in using standard nowadays.
so you go all Pro by the
I
sounds of
go
it.
pro, cost more, but I mean I'm not making a lot of money, but it's the only way to get it out, I think, to everywhere. The standard one won't get it out to all the streaming services.
Yeah, because there's a lot of musicians I talk to. They're not very happy with the streaming out there. Like Bandcamp's good because it's free, but they take like a sort of a commission off your sale.
Yeah, every sale's a commission.
But at
So,
least then they're
yeah,
not
that's right. I mean, you sell for a dollar, you'll end up with 80 cents or something.
they're not charging you just to have your music on there, which is good.
No, well, there's that about it. I mean, SoundCloud, you can put up a certain amount for free, but then you got to
Mm.
pay for the pro version, which I haven't done.
Yeah, I've got
Just got,
work on SoundCloud as well. That's how I started.
right.
But I truly think the royalties are just they're ripping musicians off.
Well, they're not, not huge amounts of money, are they? But it all depends whether, how good we are at promoting our own stuff.
Mm.
If you can get enough people interested on Bandcamp, I don't know that how how much easier it is to make money from there than other streamers. But on the thing about CD Baby or so, I mean Ditto, I haven't tried Ditto, but for a price of what did you say, $20 a year or something, that doesn't sound like much to put up all your music.
But the problem
And
is, if you don't renew your subscription, they take it all down.
oh, I see. All right. Well, once CD Baby you got it, that it's there and it's distributed. You can run into occasionally. I've run into trouble where the streaming services um, haven't haven't got the labeling quite right with the
Mm.
number with the people involved. So they've got people credited that shouldn't be credited, and people that should be credited aren't credited, or it's too complicated for their
Mm.
way to handle things. So I've had a couple of investigations by APRA AMCOS to try and sort it out.
Shit.
I mean, that's not a huge thing. We're talking about, you know, 10, 20 streams of something, or 100 at the most. But I just wanted it clear so that I knew that things were coming up in my artist profiles,
Mm.
and various streaming services. And when I saw that they weren't, I just followed it up with APRA, and they look into it. So it's not a big deal, but it's just it can be complicated
Mm.
for things that aren't straightforward. So if once you've got the label sorted out, and everything goes through that label, and then you put credit other people as subsidiaries rather than main artists, then it's much easier for all the streamers to get the information correct.
Because I'm thinking about re-uploading some of my tracks to CD Baby, if I went with a standard release, do you still get the royalties out of it, or what's the difference? We'll
Get
see.
something, I'd have to look it up again, but I'd look at it very carefully because I don't know that they go to all. I mean, you get royalties, yes, yeah, but I don't. I mean, because most of their stuff, when I first started with CD Baby, they'd actually sell the product,
So
and
you
they
could,
don't sell the product. They don't sell the product anymore.
because you got an option, you can get a barcode on your release too
Yeah,
with them. Have you done the barcode, or is that
yeah, I was do that. Yeah.
what is the
I'll try.
barcode for?
No, hang on. I just get them to get the eyes to the international numbers,
Ah, yeah.
But yeah, look, yeah, just have another look at all that to see how it's working. I mean, recently I've always done the pro,
Mm-hmm.
just to get it to all the streamers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's some streamers it goes to, and occasionally I'll look up to see whether it's on the ones that I'm not so familiar with, and just do a search and see that it's there, but it's not really. It's hard to access the artist data unless on the platform itself. But so I just sort of read the what CD Baby tells me about who's paying.
Mm.
Because you get a full rundown whenever you need it. Really, you can see it as it's almost as it's happening.
Yeah,
Who's paying for what?
I'll
But
I'll give it a go. Yeah, I'll give it a try. Because yeah, it's becoming like a business now. All these distributors just want to make money.
well, they've got to make money too. But I mean, but that's the end. It's hard to get anything done without the distribution.
Mm.
Unless you've got a big following. How do you sell your CDs?
Mm.
So I haven't made a physical product for ages.
Have
Uh,
you made good money off royalties yourself, or what's been your story? No,
no, no,
no, fair
no.
enough.
Look, I've paid for a couple of campaigns, and I think that can be a good thing. But the ratio of returns to the campaign is about a third
Mm.
or 40%. So if you've put out $100, you might get $40 back, and streaming royalties. That sort of thing.
Unless you got a huge following, that'd be like a bonus
Yeah,
for
that's
you.
right. Yeah, that's
Mm.
right. And then that's just part of. I mean, you need to do some sort of promotional activity. So it's. I'm still trying to figure out what exactly that is. So the
Mm.
last campaign I did was actually on YouTube, and the guy uploaded my piece as a video before I released it through CD Baby.
Hmm.
So all of the YouTube hits went to that one video. Where in previous times when I've done like a video version, of something that's already been released, then there ends up being two versions on YouTube. One is the one that's gone through the distributors, and one is the one that I've uploaded. But I think because I uploaded it first,
Mm.
all the there was no issue with. Well, there's never really an issue, but they don't have to see it as a separate entity.
Mm.
Uh,
Have you put your work on the royalty-free libraries and just sell it for like a one-off fee? Because I've started
no,
doing that, Michael.
well, how's that going?
I haven't made anything yet, but don't have to worry about distributors and all that.
Yeah,
Um,
right.
I'll send you some websites after the show. It was
Yeah,
recommended to me from a film composer, actually.
yeah, right.
So,
Yeah, so my only thought about that is you don't really got no control over where it goes. So
mm,
if
that
that's not
too.
if you know if that doesn't worry, then that's fine. But I'm not really. I'd rather know where my music's going. But
Mm,
so I'm just trying to collect some of it and give it a bit of life by putting videos with it. But I'm not sure that's going to do much either. But try these things, and you don't want to waste good music, so you
mm,
do what you can. The problem, one of the issues I've had with CD Baby, because I didn't think it through properly, was I took a couple of pieces, I cancelled them,
mm,
but you can't then re-upload the same piece of music even with a different name if it's
mm,
the same audio. If you re-record it, you can upload it differently, but that's a lot of effort to re-record something. But so it means I've lost a few of my pieces from distributors like that. So I just have to find out. I can release them on my website or release them on YouTube, as a different thing, and that's not a drama. So there's other ways of getting the music out there, but it means it won't be part of my sort of Spotify collection or whoever.
Well, I'd advise you to go to SoundCloud if you can, and you take all the free uploading space if you
Yeah, I got
do
quite a
that,
few there, but yeah.
because
Um,
not everyone may not have Spotify. You can just boom send the SoundCloud link, and it's another way
yeah,
to
that's right.
promote it.
Yeah, yeah,
See,
good.
some distributors too, they're very picky. Like my first album, Death and Life, I took it down from TuneCore, moved it to Ditto, but then they kept rejecting it, saying there's too much silence. So some of them are picky like that.
Oh,
I was pretty cranky actually, but
oh yeah. Oh, okay.
works fine on Bandcamp and SoundCloud. So I just had to cut the ending a bit short. There's not
All
much of
right.
a difference. The album cover, they kept rejecting it. The first album
No.
cover, so I had to
Yeah.
change that.
Oh, that because the size of it or something, or
They weren't happy with just weren't happy with it, Michael.
yeah,
Don't know
yeah. You
why.
got they're very picky about that. So CD Baby too. If you don't get the pixel number right or the size right, then you just don't get it through. So you
Mm.
gotta you gotta muck around with it, make sure it's there. Yeah.
Have you been happy with CD Baby?
Yeah, no, they're good. It took me ages to get some money, but I'd said don't pay me till there's $40 on there. So when it was getting close to 30, I said, oh, let's change it, and just to see if I got paid, and I did. So that was fine. They do what they say they'll do, and
Mm.
I mean, their recording, is good. You can see all your transactions that have happened. Even if it's just 1 cent, they'll let you know, and even if it's 0 cents, they still let you know.
Mm.
So you can see, uh, really well what's going on. You know.
Yeah, Ditto Music's like that too, as well. You can see
Well, it's
all that.
very important to people that they have very, very good records of what's coming in and out. You know.
Mm.
So,
But
but
that's
it's needless to say, I've spent a lot more putting my music up
mm,
to CD than I've received from them. But who knows when the critical mass might occur, and in 10 years' time I might be making money. I don't know, keep
it.
trying.
Put your stuff on Bandcamp as well.
Yeah, I got it there. Yeah, I got a
Yeah,
few
do
things,
that. You
six or seven.
got any followers on Bandcamp?
Only 8.
I've got one myself.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, I got 8 there. I got 17 on one Spotify account and 16 on the other.
Mm,
But unfortunately, I've got two with because I, well, at one stage with with CD Baby, I released music, and because APRA had details of publication through Wirrapang,
Ah,
then
yeah.
it had to be exactly the same name. So instead of Michael H. Dixon, it was Michael Hugh Dixon, and I didn't have a problem with that. But it meant that one piece of mine that's doing all right on Spotify because of a it's on somebody else's spot what do you call it, one on their system, playing playlist on somebody else's playlist, so it's under Michael H, but everything else is under Michael Hughes. But I can't integrate them. You can't do that. You just have to put up little notices on Spotify to say you're somewhere else as well, and you know.
Yeah, that's
So
the
it's
trouble.
hard to get the crossover. But so you've got these things. If you sort them out when you're first getting into it, and then don't vary, then there's no issue. Everything's smooth.
Mm.
Mm.
Because I'm thinking for the future to move all my work from Ditto to CD Baby eventually. That way I don't have to pay the yearly subscription. So that's a plan that
Yeah,
I'm going to
you're
work
still
on.
going to be up for $50 every single if you do the pro. So
Mm.
you've got to factor that in to
Would you
once you. Hey,
would you advise the pro or the standard?
no, I'm still going pro, but
Yep.
I'd have to look up exactly. I can we can do that. And check how that all is. What are the exact differences? But because I always forget.
Mm.
But I know that I haven't done the standard for a while because I don't think it offers enough
Mm-hmm.
to you.
True.
But there's quite a difference in price.
Mm.
Yeah. But so where is it? So I think everything I've done, I even changed a couple from standard to pro because I think I just needed
Mm-hmm.
I wanted them to go to to be distributed fully. I really
Mm.
don't. I don't think you can do it otherwise. Yeah. So what's the difference? Um, so I think it's to do with affiliation with APRA or APRA AMCOS, and so if you've already got something published, right,
Mm-hmm.
then it needs to be affiliated with that. And so
Mm.
because some of my stuff has been, that's why I did it. But otherwise, I think you still get global music distribution. You still get money from YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. You can still do sync licensing for TV, film.
Mm.
So I think well, if I were you, then I'd go for standard. I think
Yep.
you'll be able to do what you need to do with that.
Yep. We'll do that.
You know, um, there's something about mechanical royalty collection which they won't do on a standard, but
What is
um,
mechanical royalty collection?
well, that's on the on. Well, I thought that was on the sound file.
Mm.
Um, so if somebody's playing it on radio or something, then
Well, the radio should be submitting all that to APRA anyway, because and then APRA's supposed to pay you the
and then APRA
royalty.
will get that. So I think you should be all right. I wouldn't. I don't
Because
think
I've
because
read,
we've got.
yeah,
Yeah, go.
I've registered all my stuff with APRA anyway.
Okay. Well, then I'd check that when you're doing a standard um,
Mm.
distribution with CD Baby, whether they'll accept it because you're already affiliated with APRA here. So
Mm-hmm.
you might have issues with that. It might end up being um, Or maybe it's only a problem if you're not registered.
Mm.
So maybe I don't really need to do the pro, and I have. And if you're affiliated with the performer, CD Publishing will become an administrator of your publishing. I don't know. I'd maybe ask them some more questions, you know.
Yeah, I've sent him an email after the show.
Yeah, and I mean they've got some, you know, they're pretty good with support, I must say.
Are
They've
they
always,
Australian or American? Are they?
no, they're American, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I mean, you know, it's a worldwide thing. They send it everywhere, including the streaming services that are more European. You know,
wow.
they got those. They'll send it to every streaming service. I mean, there's a lot that aren't featured in America. You
Mm.
know, I don't really know. The only way I know whether my music is featured on any of the sort of the non-obvious streamers is because, you know, CD Baby tells me that I've received a cent or something, you know.
Mm.
So, you know, um, Boomplay, who are Boomplay? I don't know who
Hmm.
Boomplay is, you know. And
Hmm.
you know, 2 cents from YouTube or 3 cents, and Amazon a cent and 2 cents, you know. I've just so what the other thing you want to do is get onto the places like Spotify for artists or Amazon for artists, you know,
Mm.
and so you can also, but I mean, CD Baby can tell you a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, I'll give him an email.
You know, Tidal. I
Hmm.
don't know. I don't really know Tidal. I know they exist, but I don't. And 10 Cent Music Entertainment. You know,
But
there's a lot of them out there.
have you put your do you is it advised to have barcodes on your work? What's a barcode used for? Because you can pay like $5 extra for that on CD, baby.
Well, again, just ask them or go to the, you know, FAQs.
Mm.
What's the barcode all about? Is it necessary?
Mm.
can you can you sell it easily without, or do you only need it if you're selling a physical product? Um, you know, just find all that stuff out.
Hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Just go to their support page. You know,
Hmm.
you better ask, find out plenty of things.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Type in barcode, see what comes up. You know, what is a barcode and why do I need one? There you go. Um, so yeah, I mean, if you're going to, you need a UPC if you're going to participate in the digital distribution. You know, so that's why you need one, a UPC barcode. I don't think you'll get by without one.
Mm.
You just got to pay for it. Yeah, I mean, if you've got a way to do your own, um, or you bought one from someone else, then you'd have the barcode UPC. But if you don't have it, you need to get them to do it.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah. So $20 for an album, $5 for a single.
Mm.
Yeah.
But
I don't
yeah,
think.
I think a lot of people. I know I've heard some good results from CD Baby.
Yeah, no, look, I haven't. They've always answered my questions. Support's good. Um, I've never had any problems really.
Mm.
And yeah, the only thing I'd do again, I'd be more careful about is cancelling some of my pieces because I thought I could sort of repackage them,
Yeah.
and I hadn't really read that properly, so I'll be more careful in the future.
Mm. Because what I'll be doing, you can use the same ISRC number, so you can get your
Mm.
stream count back. So that's what I'll be doing. But yeah. But
Oh.
CD Baby, they got like a mastering thing, online mastering as well.
Yeah, lots of places have that now.
It's pretty
That's
good.
probably a good idea for just to get the levels, right for streaming services and
You
radio. Be a similar sort of compression they'd be wanting.
do your own mastering?
Well, if I've been to a studio to record something, then they'll do it to a certain level, or depends on the piece. I might get it mastered in addition to, but a lot of them I haven't done that.
Mm,
Yeah. So
yeah.
if the mix is fine, then you don't necessarily have to. But if you're doing like an album, I'd probably get it mastered for sure, because you'd want all the levels to have some sense of um, similarity throughout.
Mm,
Yeah, yeah. Just
yeah.
about the feel, the tone of it.
Mm.
Yeah,
Online
yeah.
mastering's getting popular now.
Yeah, well, it's just because it's cheap, and it's convenient. Oh, but even the big studios, like I've had stuff done at Studio 301, quite a few pieces here, and then if you wanted master, you just send it through via, upload it, via Dropbox or whoever you use. So it's the same. It's the same, really. All you're doing is sending it to somebody you don't know. So, how much do you want to spend on mastering, and how much do you trust the person that's doing it? What sort of product if you just need something that's going to fit into the um, what the services are find as standard, then just use use one that's available.
Hmm.
Others will do it. Spotify, the streamers will offer you a service as well. Hmm. There's plenty out there of that. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you? What's your thoughts on CDs now? Would you bother or not?
No, I wouldn't. I'd have to know for sure that enough of my fans were wanting them.
Mm. With
No.
CD Baby, you can actually you can make CDs with your work too.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you think you got enough people out there,
Mm.
like I mean, I was with Amiga Ensemble, and we did some physical CDs recently. And I think they'd sold quite a few. I don't know how many. I haven't asked how many, but they've got a big base of followers, so they've probably done the research to say, how many people would actually buy a CD and how many would want to see it on a streaming service. But once you know, you can have both, of course, but whether you want the extra cost of doing the CD and the production costs of your booklet and so on and so forth, or whatever you're going to do.
Mm. And what are you doing for work at the moment in music?
Oh, well, I've been lucky. The operas, involved in La Traviata on the harbour, so just playing one of the horn parts. It's just good money. It's good to be working each night.
Hmm.
It's tiring, but it's good. But I mean, last night they cancelled because of lightning and thunderstorms, but mostly it's on, and you go and you know get paid well and do your job, and then teaching's on, of course. Well, at the
Hmm.
moment it's nice to have a couple of weeks break and get back to it fresh.
Do you
Um,
teach online or in person?
no, in person,
Yep.
yeah, I haven't had to do much. Only in the more extreme lockdowns last year, we did a bit of Zoom,
Mm.
and yeah,
Do you prefer teaching online or in person better?
I prefer in person.
Yep.
Yeah, it's much easier to communicate.
Hmm.
Yeah, test things out.
And look, what else is going on for you?
Yeah, well, I've released a couple of things recently, so that's nice, and
Mm.
had a good YouTube campaign, and I was very pleased with with the recording and the sound and the quality. So that was very nice to do that, and just I've written a new piece. I'll get done at a big international horn symposium in a few months' time, and a few things like that are happening. So it's nice.
Are you
And the
looking at?
microtonal university kicking in the
Mm,
second half of the year, and so I'm involved in that.
are you looking at getting monetized on YouTube in the future?
Uh,
Or are you pushing it, or you're just doing it
I'm
for
not
fun?
pushing it. No, I'm just doing it for fun. Yeah, haven't gone into that in detail. I think I need a lot more plays for that to become, a possible factor.
Mm.
Yeah,
No, that's what I'm looking at doing in the future is the monetization on YouTube as well.
yeah. I think you got to have. Well, I mean, the straightforward answer I think is you need 1,000 subscribers.
Yep, 10,000
Uh,
hours watch time.
that sort of thing. Yeah. So that's a lot. I'm up to 47 subscribers, so I got a bit of a ways to go.
No, as long as they're real subscribers, YouTube's happy with that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they don't want
Bots and
bunch
all
of
that.
bots floating around. That's just ruins everything for everyone. So yeah, but that's just building up things gradually, and finding a niche. What's taking people. What's interesting people that you
Oh,
do. I don't want to change what I do, but I still want to find. I know that there are people who would enjoy what I do. It's just about have they found me or have I found them?
mm.
Yeah.
And like with YouTube as well, Michael, uh, getting people to comment on your videos too, that's the hardest because that helps with the SEO for your channel.
Right.
Engaging with people too. It likes it when you have all the comments
Hey.
and when you got likes. That's what I'm working on too. Try and
Yeah.
get people to comment. But then you get the odd trolling out there
Yeah, you
as
get the
well.
occasional one. Yeah.
But there's
That's yeah. Well, you just got to keep an eye on it, really, don't you? I mean, you got the option to pull something down if it comes up, and you know.
it's
Yeah.
there's these SEO services for YouTube like TubeBuddy, vidIQ. Have you looked into them yet, or you
No, I
just
haven't.
they're expensive?
Are they? Yeah.
When you put all the keywords in,
Right.
I don't.
What do you mean by expensive?
Oh, they're charging what $50 a month,
Yeah, right. Okay. Well, that's a lot.
and
Yeah, I mean, it'd be probably worth it if if you're bringing in several hundred a month, but otherwise. Yeah.
mm. and it's I've been keeping up to date with the Australian Music Centre as well with their
All
newsletter.
right. Well, yeah.
Their CEO stood down as well.
No, okay. I've forgotten.
I subscribe to the monthly newsletter and Arts Law newsletter once a month.
Oh, yeah.
Just
That's a good
gives
idea.
some basic advice on contracts. Have you been a member of the Australian Screen Composers Guild?
No, no.
Oh, they it's like a networking event. I'll be looking at that in the future.
Yeah.
Are you part of any networking events for yourself?
No, not really. Other than just the International Horn Society.
Hmm. How do you
And
find them?
no, they're interesting. And I'm getting involved with this microtonal university.
Hmm.
It's happening in September and through doing a recital for them. So there's a few little niche things that I'm involved with. Yeah.
Mm. What about networking? How have you found networking for yourself, Michael?
I haven't really been involved. Things flow or not.
Man, you're lucky. You are
Yeah,
lucky.
I don't know, but it's not flowing that much. So
Not
uh,
lately.
no, well, not really. I mean, most of my life's been as a performer, so the composition's been sort of on the side, and I've had degrees that have heavily involved in it, but
Mm.
they've been the main focus. But it hasn't been. It's not something I've had to make money out of. So I haven't really pushed it too hard. Yeah,
Mm.
but
Mm.
see how things go and over time.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
You looking at getting any merchandise?
nah.
No.
I did some pencils once. I still got 200 sitting in a drawer.
You gonna sell them?
No, mate, they're not worth it. It's the wrong product, and I mean it's got the wrong name on it now and the wrong website and everything. So they're not any use as a tool. They're just a pencil now. Yeah.
Because Bandcamp, you can actually sell your merchandise on Bandcamp.
Yeah, no, you can do that, and yeah, that's right. And other places, yeah, they're happy for you to do that. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
And meditation, you been meditating lately?
Yeah, I like to do that. Yeah, it's a good thing to do.
Mm. You using an app, or what? How do you do it?
I've done some visualizations and other meditating for a long time, so I prefer to do my own thing really.
Mm.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, I had a meditation teacher on the show, Jason Stevenson.
All right.
He's a
Did
legend.
you? Yeah.
Yeah,
Enjoy that. Yeah.
really interesting.
Right.
He's got 2 million subscribers on YouTube.
All right.
He's on
That's
all the meditation apps. It's
yeah.
amazing. You know,
Yeah.
check it
Oh,
out
yeah.
when
All
you
right.
got
Well,
time. You know,
yeah, yeah. Good.
but I've had a few meditation teachers on the podcast from Insight Timer.
Okay.
So
All right. Terrific.
they're putting their stuff out on the Spotify and the streaming services too.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah, that's right.
I'm curious to see how they feel about their royalties and all that,
Well,
like me and you.
yeah, that's right. They're just doing what the rest of us do. The royalties. I mean, Inside Timers can add a little bit of money to their income stream.
Mm.
I had a teacher down here close to where I live. I went to his meditation for about a year. It was good, but he's got all the stuff on Insight Timer.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, they got options for getting. They can either get funds directly from clients or they get it through Insight Timer's distribution, which I imagine that'd be about as large as getting money from a music streaming service.
Well, their teachers are live streaming on the app now, which is good. They've come a long way.
Yeah, well, that's right. Yeah. So,
And they are professional teachers on Insight Timer.
oh yeah, no, they're high quality people. Yeah, yeah.
So I came across that app just one day, just stumbling across it, and I looked at it, and it was like, if you don't subscribe, they still let you use it. You see,
Yeah, yeah.
there's other apps, if you can't pay, they don't let you.
Mm.
That's why I'm a big supporter of Insight Timer.
Yeah, well, because the actual subscription's not, it's not nothing.
Mm.
It's but it's the same. You subscribe to Spotify or Apple Music or whatever, then it's you know 10, 15, $20 a month. So you gotta pay to participate in a way. But there's so many you don't want to join them all. You just got to
Mm.
find which ones are really useful and then get involved. But yeah,
Yeah,
but
it's all about creating options for yourself.
yeah, well that's
Um,
it. I think it's
I
sort of once we've got a good option, then it's good to commit a bit and make it work.
I mean, the publishing business is a business at the end of the day.
Well, it has to be, you know. Everybody's got to put the bread on the table, you know.
I mean, for years, musicians have been ripped off from record labels, exploited as well. Would you
Yeah,
ever?
well,
You've been in it longer than me. Would you ever sell all your rights to a record label if they said, Michael Dixon, we're going to give you $1 million check, but we want all your music and all the rights to your music?
I don't know.
That's a hard one,
No,
isn't it?
that's a hard one, you know. If it's, I suppose, you know, if it's music that's, you know, you've had your time with as a composer, and you say, well, if they want to use it, go ahead. I don't know. It could easily, I could see why that would happen. And you say, well, I've still got new music to write. They're not going to take that, you
Mm.
know. Yeah, that's where I'd draw the line, I would suppose, you know.
I
Anything that
th-
I write currently, you know, I've got the freedom to do with what I want. But, yeah, that's tricky. I mean, people write a commission, and usually it's the person commissioning or the group commissioning only has the rights for one or two performances, you know, and
mm.
then it can go wherever you want. You can publish
But
it with anyone.
that's why I look. I remember this cold call I made to a film composer last year. I was starting out, and he said to me, "Don't sell your work too cheap." And
Right.
he had a point because the royalty free. I charge about $80 a track,
Hmm.
so that gives them the rights to use it forever. And you know, you can price it for as much as you want, Michael. A
Hmm.
grand, 2 grand, depends how high you are.
No.
I'll never
Yeah. Well.
forget that day.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you got to sort of know where you are in the market, you know.
Like you get have you ever been approached by any record labels or not?
No. No.
No, you never went down that.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I haven't. I'm not. You know. you gotta you gotta get onto their radar somehow first. I would think. You know.
Mm,
Yeah, but you know, there's complications with that. You know, it can be a good thing,
mm,
or or it could be you know awkward. You know, most people say, well, any money is better than none. But
mm,
so you got to make a living. You know, you got to be professional about it. You know, who's offering to pay, and what are they offering in exchange? You know, or what are you giving up in exchange? You know.
mm.
So you know, and then it comes down to how much time have you got to look after all the things you've got. You know, this piece of music, that piece of music. Have you got time to promote it? Have you got money to promote it? You know, so if a company comes to you and says we're going to promote your stuff, and you know, as long as they do what they say they're going to do, then it's a good thing. I
Because
think that's where some
I
people
think
have had problems, is that they've been, you know, offered more than the record company actually delivers, you know.
I think
Mm.
the Beatles brought all their rights to their music. I think so. They own it all.
No,
I
no,
think
I
they
don't know.
did. I don't know. Wouldn't surprise me.
Well, you know, I mean, it'd certainly be better if you're a high profile group like that. It'd be better if you had control over it. Yeah. But you know, again, who's they got a full time manager? Who's looking after it?
Don't know.
Once you you know once you're that busy, you have time. You know how much time are you going to spend in looking after your products as to writing new stuff.
Mm,
You know, that's
exactly.
the equation you want to look at it over time, and you know how much do you trust the person who's looking after your stuff. You know, so
Mm,
you know. Oh, I'm
exactly.
not in that situation, so but you know, but sometimes it you know can be a bit time consuming, even just looking after a few things. You know. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, Michael. Thanks for coming on today's show.
Yeah, no, pleasure, Stephen. Thanks very much.
Always great to have you on. Tell people where they can find you on your social media or on the internet.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, well, I got a website. It's called
Yep.
thebrasswhisperer.com, and I got another one now called Heart, Mind, Music,
Mhm.
michaelhughdickson.com. So just that's one for all my sort of, more spiritual stuff. That's, connected that way. So where's the Brass Whisperers about my music as a horn player and, you know,
Mhm.
microtonal music and stuff.
Look, thank you for listening to today's episode of the podcast. Also, podcasts are out every Friday. If you'd like to send a donation to my GoFundMe page, that would be appreciated. It will help maintain the podcast and update any equipment. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast. You can follow me on social media. The links are in the description. And thank you to the sponsors. Bye for now.